Hey guys, I want to show you inside my Fluency drill cards. As you can see, I have it laminated, put on a ring. This is so I can use it over and over and over. I can grab it and go. It's super durable. I'll use dry erase markers and manipulatives, which I'll show you in a second when I flip it around how do I use it. But this is perfect for, preschool through middle school kids, even some older ones that can use, some high school can use these because they do have like some reading stuff and there's a bunch of like education in the beginning. So this can be used for really all ages, and it goes through all strategies. Like there's an education component, there's an emotional component. Opportunities are just kind of endless with this and how you want to use it, whether, for intervention, whether for parent education. It's kind of up to you. So let me flip you around and show you on the inside. All right, let's take a look inside the Fluency drill cards. You can see I have them laminated, put on a ring. I like doing this just to grab and go, use it over and over and over. It's durable. You can use dry erase and wipe it off. That I'll show you in a minute. So here's table of contents with everything included. Here's just, if you need to go over some tips for smooth speech. And then we go on to talk about the speech machine and, what each part does. And this is like an activity where, I had them just use a dry erase marker and draw what each one does, just so they have a good understanding. Here's the types of disfluencies. And then have them, do they notice any in their own speech? So this one checked part word repetition. And then have them understand these and then test their knowledge by, using a dry erase marker. And then strategies, go over the different types of strategies, decide which one you're going to use, and then they can put a check next to the strategies that they're going to work on today. So this one was easy onset and light contacts. Again, we just use a dry erase marker and you can easily rub it off after. And again, if you wanted to test their knowledge, they could do this matching activity. There's a myth versus fact. So you put, check if it's a myth, a check if it's a fact, an X if it's a myth. Go through those. You can do a questionnaire, like talk about their emotions and how they feel about their stuttering. You can go through that with them. And then some activities. So smooth versus bumpy, have them say the word, was it bumpy or smooth? And so he circled which one he thought his was. So just a good self-assess. And you can also do it where you say it and they decide if it's smooth or bumpy. With those, again, here's some self-assess. And then so they can say hockey, and then was it bumpy, smooth? And then if it was smooth, what strategy did they use? And again, you can use dry erase, or if you want to use like tokens, they can do tokens or mini erasers, just anything to make it interactive and fun for them, because a lot of times, this isn't fun working on fluency. Again, okay, so here's, so we did words, now we're going to do phrases and sentences. Again, was what they said, bumpy, smooth, and what strategy did they use? They really need to be self-aware. So depending on the strategy they chose, we go into different practice. So here is what the strategy is, an example, and then now let's practice using that strategy. So there's all the strategies. And then I go through some scenarios so you can read the different scenarios and discuss it. You could talk about like how you would feel in that situation, what would you do, what would help you in this situation, and how you could maybe self-disclose or self-advocate. Fluency is so much more than just working on disfluencies. It's working on the emotional aspect of it and their feelings. Here's, especially with our younger ones, I like using this practice. You can even use a car, drive on the road, or if you want to, you know, create your own, you could use this and say, you're going to use the word, let me do like, because that's a common one. And then, you know, they could have their car and drive it like, or whatever strategy you're working on. And then again, simply, whoops, I probably need a little paper towel with some water, but you get it. Some pacing, if they're working on pacing. And then here's some pictures that you can do. It's set up like the other drill cards, like the articulation phonological ones, with how, you know, it's word, phrase, and sentence. So determine what your strategy is. For this one, they were doing like contacts. They can self-assess whether they thought their speech was bumpy or smooth, and then work through these words. Again, they can put mini erasers, tokens, pom-poms, mini objects, just anything that's going to be fun for them. And then they can do phrase, you know, my bat, my dice, and then a silly little sentence, you know, I have a ship on my head, I have a lamp on my head. It's just kind of funny. So there's 2 of those. And then answering questions. So you would ask them the question and they would, you know, give their answer using smooth speech. Here's working at the conversation level. Y'all kind of discuss it, take turns making comments, asking questions, and using their smooth speech. And then for our older ones, here's some nonfiction text that they can read and work on using their smooth speech. And then some data if you need to take data. And that's that.